General Hospital. Secrets, seductions, and the reawakening of a dangerous love triangle. As summer heat descends upon Port Charles, so too does a rising storm of secrets, betrayals, and long-buried desires threatening to upend the lives of the Ashford family. At the center of the storm stands Curtis Ashford, a man torn between two powerful women and increasingly caught in a dangerous tug-of-war between trust and temptation. What once appeared to be a stable marriage to Dr. Portia Robinson is now riddled with fractures, lies, and mounting suspicion. Meanwhile, an old flame begins to flicker once more as Jordan Ashford, Curtis's ex-wife, resurfaces not just as a professional ally, but as a source of emotional refuge. With tensions escalating and hidden agendas lurking beneath every conversation, it's only a matter of time before this love triangle ignites into a full-blown inferno. Curtis's emotional unraveling didn't happen overnight. Once a pillar of calm and strength, his recent paralysis and ongoing recovery have exposed not just physical vulnerabilities, but emotional ones as well. His marriage to Portia, already strained by her past deception about Trina's paternity, has only grown more unstable as Portia entangles herself in a dark web of deception involving Heather Weber and the shady underworld of hospital protocol breaches. The revelation that Portia not only tampered with Heather's medical evaluations but also utilized ketamine in questionable ways has painted a picture of a woman on the brink of moral collapse. Her motivations, though perhaps rooted in fear and ambition, are now indistinguishable from betrayal. And Curtis is no longer willing to look the other way. Brad Cooper's seemingly offhanded comments were anything but harmless. Curtis, a seasoned investigator with an instinct for uncovering truths, immediately sensed that something deeper lurked beneath the surface. Those instincts were confirmed as he discovered whispers of Drew Quartermain's manipulation, linking Drew's agenda to Portia's recent behavior. Curtis confronted Portia, hoping for clarity and honesty, but received carefully curated half-truths instead. The final blow came with her omission of Drew's blackmail, an omission Curtis could not dismiss. For a man already reeling from the knowledge that his wife once hid the identity of his daughter's father, this new betrayal cut deep. Every avoidance, every excuse Portia offered only widened the chasm between them, echoing betrayals of the past that he once thought they had moved beyond. In contrast, Jordan emerged at precisely the right moment, perhaps by design, perhaps by fate. No longer simply Curtis's ex-wife or a WSB agent operating in the shadows, Jordan stepped back into his life with quiet precision and an unspoken familiarity that Portia could no longer offer. Their late-night strategy sessions, born of Jordan's covert operation against the dangerous Jen Sidwell, have turned from tactical debriefings into something far more intimate. Their shared history, once a source of pain, now operates as a bridge, a safe place Curtis can turn to as his present life collapses under the weight of lies. The chemistry between them, long buried beneath layers of professionalism and unresolved hurt, simmers just below the surface. As Jordan distances herself from her short-lived connection with Isaiah Gannon, her focus has narrowed to one man, and Curtis seems increasingly willing to step into the emotional void Portia has left behind. Jordan's mission, shrouded in secrecy and likely involving the controversial and potentially dangerous technology pioneered by Hank Dalton, has forced her to rely on Curtis in ways that blur the line between partnership and rekindled affection. In one particularly charged moment inside Curtis's office, a simple gesture, a lingering glance, a brush of the hand, became a doorway to something neither of them had been willing to fully acknowledge. Their bond is no longer hypothetical. It is present, breathing, and growing stronger by the day. And as Portia continues to spiral deeper into moral ambiguity, Jordan's honesty and clarity of purpose stand in stark contrast. The emotional stakes for Portia have never been higher. Her desperation to preserve her marriage is compounded by the silent judgment of her daughter, Trina, who remains unknowingly caught in the crossfire. Trina's fierce loyalty to both her parents is at risk of being shattered should the truth about Portia's recent misconduct ever come to light. Portia, increasingly aware that her choices may drive Curtis into Jordan's arms once again, begins to strategize, but her efforts come too late. The damage may already be done. The weight of her secrets has eroded the foundation of her marriage, and with every lie she fails to correct, the chance of redemption slips further away. Complicating matters further is the impending return of Liesl Albrecht to the hospital scene, a return that promises to shake up the already unstable environment in which Portia operates. Liesl's reputation for calling out corruption and exposing weaknesses could place Portia directly in the line of fire, especially if Liesl uncovers discrepancies in Portia's handling of medical protocols. In the political ecosystem of General Hospital, no misstep goes unnoticed forever. If Portia hoped to bury her mistakes under layers of professional facade, she may soon find herself exposed. As the summer deepens, the lines between ally and adversary blur. Curtis, increasingly disillusioned with the woman he married, finds solace in the woman he once lost. Jordan, once relegated to the past, now represents a future not yet written, a possibility that may be worth exploring if Curtis decides to walk away from the wreckage of his marriage. Portia, cornered and desperate, must decide whether to fight for her husband with truth or continue weaving the lies that are slowly strangling the life from their bond. The true tragedy lies in the inevitability of choice. Curtis cannot have both women. Jordan cannot remain neutral. And Portia cannot conceal the truth forever. As paths converge and emotions boil over, Port Charles stands on the edge of a romantic reckoning. One man, two women, and a trio of hearts set on a collision course with destiny. Will Jordan and Curtis reclaim the love they once lost? Can Portia summon the courage to face her failures and rebuild what she destroyed? Or will all three find themselves irrevocably changed, not by betrayal, but by the unbearable weight of truths too long hidden? Only time and consequence will tell.